Welcome back, guys, to AZ Sports Roundup. I am your host, JT Hill, and today we're going to be running down the Phoenix Suns and Arizona State football transfer portal. By the way, it's been a bit. It's been about a month and a half since we did our last podcast. Me and Quinn are still alive. I assure you, we have not made a podcast in a while on our other channel, and we've just kind of taken a little bit of a break. Obviously, the CFP is on and all that stuff, so it's probably not been the best time to take a break, but I know I needed it, and I think he needed it. So, yeah, but I'm feeling more motivated to make more, so hopefully he is, and hopefully y'all be seeing a lot more podcasts on the CFB Rundown and on AZ Sports Roundup. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with the Phoenix Suns. Now, we have not made a podcast on the Suns in a while. So let me just give you the quick rundown. The Phoenix Suns, currently in the Western Conference, are 7th seed, or they're the 7th ranked best team at 24 wins and 17 losses. Their win percentage is at .585, and they're 10.5 games behind first place. So, yeah, they're currently on a 2-game losing streak. That's obviously not the best, but let's just take a moment and let's think about what were we expecting for the Suns this year? What were we expecting? Because I know I was expecting for the Suns to be in that 12 team to 15 team in the Western Conference. There's 15 teams total. I was expecting them to be 12 to 15, and they're currently 7 in the NBA play-in. That is unbelievable. I mean, they're 7 games over 500. I was not expecting that. They are 1.5 games above the Golden State Warriors, and then there's just kind of a little bit of a drop-off after that. So they are comfortably in the NBA play-in and very close to just being in the playoffs in general. The Rockets are currently 23-15. Like I said, the Suns are 24-17, so they're very, very close. And, I mean, they have the same amount of wins as the Lakers. They're the 5 seed. The Timberwolves only have 27. The Nuggets only have 28. Spurs have 28. The Thunder have 35. They're up there. But, I mean, the Suns are 4 wins away from having the same amount of wins as the Nuggets and Spurs, who are in 2 or 3. So they're up there. And they've been playing great. Devin Booker been doing good. Dylan Brooks been doing good. They're going to get Jalen Green back soon. But I really think they learned from Kenny Dillingham. And, sorry, just had to turn that off. I really think that they learned from Kenny Dillingham in having a great culture. Hopefully Jordan Ah has been watching ASU and been watching the AZ Sports Roundup ASU documentary. But I think he genuinely, the culture is just so much better than when Monty Williams was here and Mike Budenholzer was here. And it just feels different, if you know what I mean. And I think genuinely it could be the fact that Suns coach Jordan Ah has not won a championship. And that's what I really like the hire. Just kind of regrading the hire kind of halfway in the season. I mean, the All-Star game is coming up in like a couple weeks, actually a month, I would say. And kind of just reassessing it. It was a great hire, I think. And he's hungry for wins and for a championship. And I think he's the perfect coach to lead the Suns to their first finals. Hiring Mike Budenholzer was great, but he had already won a championship. So in the back of his mind, he's like, oh, yeah, I won a chip. If I get fired, it sucks, but I still have a ring. And at the end of the day, you don't want one of those guys. And I really like the hire. The culture just seems different. I don't know. Like, I feel like they're like a big family. Not to be like weird, but they're like a big family. And that's what you need to be in basketball. Whenever Mike Budenholzer was here last year, they were all just distance, I would say. And, yeah, it just didn't feel like a team. It felt like it was made up of 14 guys who barely even knew each other. Now it looks like it's made up of 14 guys who would die for each other. And that's what I really like about them. Now they are on a 2-game losing streak. Just lost to the Pistons last night and then the Heat Tuesday. Both very close games. They lost by 3 against the Pistons and they lost by 6 to the Heat. But I'm pretty sure the Suns were down by 16 or 18, maybe even 20 to the Heat. And they came back and they almost won it. Bam Adebayo definitely stepped in big and had an overall big game. Arguably one of the best games against the Suns by an individual player. The Pistons game, the Suns were leading comfortably, and then the Pistons ended up coming back, and they won that game. Pistons are currently first in the Eastern Conference, and they're pretty good, so you could say it's a good loss. The Heat are currently the 8 seed, so the Eastern Conference is just so weak, I feel like. I mean, yeah, like the Heat are 21-20, and they're currently in the play-in as the 8 seed. The Warriors are 23-19 as the 8 seed. So that just shows you the separation of the Western Conference and Eastern Conference. But yeah, I've been very surprised at the Suns this season, and I'm been very excited. So no matter what happens, I think if they can make the playoffs, at least the play-in, I would call the season a success. If they somehow fall and drop and somehow go past the Grizzlies, who are 17-23, then I think you're questioning, like, was this a really good season? But overall, they're almost at their projected win total for the season. So I don't see them slowing down. Obviously, the 2-game skid is not looking good, and they do have 4 more road games left on this road trip. So it's going to be tough, but I think that they can do it, and I think that they could go 2-2. If they could, 2-2, they play the Knicks tomorrow, then the Nets, then the 76ers, and then the Hawks. So I think they could definitely get 2 of those. But yeah, great stuff by the Phoenix Suns, and I've been very, very surprised by them, and it's been fun to watch them. Let's go over to Arizona State. Now, they've gotten a ton of transfers, and it's been awesome. I don't think they got nearly as much last year, so it's definitely nice to see that. I'm not going to go through every single player. I'm just going to go through the players that I think can make a big impact, and there's definitely a bunch of defensive guys that I'm not going to talk about today, but Quinn or me might make another one just kind of breaking down almost every single player. I'm just going to go through the 5 biggest, not even biggest impacts, but just good players, if you know what I mean. First off is ASU's probably new starting quarterback, Cutter Boley. He is from Kentucky. Now, obviously, y'all probably don't know this story. If y'all just watched me for the first time, I currently live in Louisville, and I'm a Louisville fan too, and I hate Kentucky. So it was definitely weird seeing my rival go to a school that I definitely root for. I don't know how to feel about it. He's not a Sam Levitt. Stats-wise, but he's a freshman. Threw for 2,160 passing yards, threw for 15 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. He did not start the entire season. I think it was Zach Calzada, I want to say, who started originally, and then Cutter Boley took the starting job as a freshman. So that's big stuff. And when I say he's no Sam Levitt, I was kind of surprised why I said that. Currently no Sam Levitt, but I think this guy could be the next Sam Levitt. And after seeing what Kenny Dillingham did with Sam Levitt, I think that there's a great chance that they kind of mold him into a very good quarterback, and he definitely has the potential, and I'm real excited to see what he can do. But yeah, I'm excited for Cutter Boley. Still shocked that my rival school, just all that, it's so shocking, but you know what I mean. Next, let's go wide receiver. Well, there's so much people. We'll start with wide receiver. We'll start with Omarion Miller. So this guy Quinn was really hoping that we would get, and whenever he entered the transfer portal, Quinn was like, "Dude, we got to go get him," and they got him. He's a great receiver. Almost had 1,000 receiving yards this season. Had 8 touchdowns and averaged 20 yards per catch, which is insane. Only had 45 receptions. So for him to do all that stuff, that's huge. He's a great wide receiver, and a lot of people, once again, comparing him to Jordan Tyson, and is he going to be the next Jordan Tyson? He wants to make it to the NFL. He's only going to be at ASU for one season, but once he saw Jordan Tyson, he was like, yeah, I want to go to ASU. And this is a big pickup for ASU and for Cutter Boley also, who more than likely, like I said, will be the starting QB. and I'm excited to see what he can do. I mean, Jordan Tyson is pretty good, so if people are comparing him to Jordan Tyson, I'm very excited. And this guy's an absolute dog, and I'm genuinely excited to see. And then we got another wide receiver from Washington, Raiden Vines Bright. Don't know much about this guy, I'm not going to lie, and I haven't watched film on every single player, so mind me if I don't know much. But he's a freshman from Washington, 25 receptions, 250 yards, a touchdown. And one touchdown. I can't say a touchdown. He only had one touchdown. But, yeah, I mean, not much to say. I'm pretty sure this was a good pickup. He's a freshman, like I said. From what I've heard great things, and that he's going to be a great wide receiver. And then we got another receiver, Reed Harris from Boston College. This is a massive pickup. ASU at the receiver position is looking disgusting right now, especially with Jaron Hamilton, a.k.a. Turbo. This wide receiver core is looking disgusting. Reed Harris had 40 receptions, 670 yards, 5 touchdowns, and an average of 17 yards per catch. He's a dog, and I'm excited to see what ASU looks like. I just get excited. Like, it's only January, but I'm getting excited. Next, we'll go another QB. We got another QB. His name is Mikey Keene. He's from Michigan. I don't think he played a snap last year, but hold on. Sorry, just gotta go do something. Sorry about that. Someone's calling me, but yeah. Sorry, Mikey Keene. I think he is a senior this year, so this is gonna be his last season. But he's from Arizona. I think he's from Chandler, Arizona. So he's gonna be kind of that Jeff Sims type of guy who is going to be the backup QB if that needs to happen. And I'm kind of excited to see what this guy can do. And if he ever has to play, I guarantee you he'll play his heart out, because playing for your hometown team is just one of the most awesome things. Even if he doesn't start, he probably won't. I think he's still going to be excited to wear that ASU uniform. Growing up as an Arizona State fan, I think that's really cool for him, and I'm super excited to see what he can do. By the way, the guy we got from Washington, he is from Tempe, Arizona, so he was also grown up as an ASU fan. So a bunch of guys coming back to Tempe. Got a new punter from Ohio State. Got Reed Harris. Got Mikey Keene. A ton of defensive guys that I'm not going to go into today. I will go into one, and it is Jalen Thompson from Michigan State University. Pretty sure this guy's a dog also. Think he's going to be a senior or junior next season, but a lot of people are grading this guy as a very good defensive edge, and that's going to help bolster the ASU defensive line. And, yeah, I'm super excited to see what he can do. And, like I said, I mean, there's a couple dozen of just names that we got. And then, yeah, I mean, I'm super excited to see what's going to happen. So much guys that they got. And one guy that I want to kind of highlight is a kicker. We got a kicker. And when I say he's a dog, he's a dog. His name is Carson Smith. He played for the Austin Peay Governors. Didn't miss an extra point. And was 82% from field goal. It's pretty good. He was 14 from 17. So he does not miss, folks. And I'm super excited for this guy. I mean, just to have a kicker that is good. I mean, don't get me wrong. Jesus Gomez last season was great, but he definitely missed some big kicks that were not very hard. But yeah, that's kind of just the couple guys that I wanted to highlight that are transferring to ASU. Definitely going to ask Quinn if he wants to do a big breakdown, because he knows a lot more than me right now. But yeah, awesome for ASU. Hopefully y'all like this podcast. And if you want to go check out our college football rundown podcast, the link will be in the description. Hopefully y'all have a great rest of your day. Whenever you watch this, it's my JT checking out. Peace.